Hey there, guys. It's Skylar. I'm doing the saxophone teaching week 6 with my terrible, terrible blinds that I have. I haven't replaced, but this is the only good place in my house to record. So yeah, we are going over measure 18 through 25 of Moscow 1941. Awesome. This is the alto sax part 1. And I'm going to be addressing 4 key components that are a little bit difficult about this passage. Number 1 is the dynamics. Number 2 is articulation. Number 3 is some difficult fingerings or parts with the fingering wise. And number 4 is the range. So let's just jump right into it. Starting with dynamics. So, powerful, right? That's what it says right at 18. Something we have to keep in mind is that we have forte for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Then we have a decrescendo in measure 24 going into 25, which is a mezzo forte. And then we crescendo to 26. Now, the main problem you'll have with this dynamics is just keeping it forte for that long. This is at tempo 76, quarter note is equal to 76. Keeping it forte for that long is a little bit difficult. And then, of course, the decrescendo and the crescendo, making them even, not like just nice and even. So, let's play that forte passage, just really powerful. I'm going to play it from 18 to 23, where it's forte. So that whole duration's pretty full. Make sure not to die out near measure 22 and 23, where we might get tired. And then we decrescendo in measure 25. So I'm going to start at measure 23, going into 25. Forte, decrescendo to mezzo forte. I'm playing a mezzo forte right there. And then I'm going to crescendo to forte. Yeah. Just make sure, again, the decrescendos and crescendos, make them really nice and even. You don't want to blast all at once or be super soft and then blast. So cool. I think that's it for dynamics. Next thing is articulation. So there's no exact articulation markings other than the slurs. So that's super easy. Don't have to worry about staccatos or marcatos or stuff like that. But since there's only slurs, we have to be really mindful of how we do it. Specifically in let's take measure 20, for example. When we go da 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 da, we have to be really sure not to, 1, slur everything and make it messy, or 2, just tongue everything. So this would be the correct way to do it. Doing that da 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 with the slur on 1 and the end of 1. I've a little bit put more emphasis on that second playing, but you can tell da da da. Same goes for everywhere else in the section. Like measure 23, when we go da da da. Being sure to initiate the note on B, slur to F sharp, articulate D sharp, articulate B. So that's it for articulation. Going on to difficult fingerings and just little weird stuff. There's 2 components to this. One is the D sharp in measure 23, and the second one is flip-flops from C to B, which can still be troublesome for a lot of us. So let's address the flip-flops first. It happens 2 times, and they're the exact same measure. Um, I mean, it's measure 22 and measure 24, but they're exactly the same, note-wise and articulation-wise. So let's look at measure 22 together. Right there, what are we doing? Sorry, difficult fingerings. Right there. For a lot of us, going from, let's say, beat 3 to B, to the end of beat 3, A, going to B, going to C. That flip-flop is weird. Excuse me. So yes, when we're doing that, we need to make sure that our fingers pop right in time. And we talked about this before. As long as our fingers pop right in time, then the note should be great. If we don't do that, what would happen is we get the ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. This would be how it would sound if you didn't do it right in time. Like that. I'll do that one more time as a mess up. You get that blam, 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 which we don't want. So really think really fast fingers. Cool. And that's the exact same thing in measure 24. Da, dun, dun, dee, dee, da. Just really da, bop, bop, popping fingers. And then we have the D sharp for the second thing, for difficult fingerings. In measure 23, beat 3, this might be a new note for some of us, but the D sharp is fingered register key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we add this key right here for the D sharp. Not this one, the one closest to our other fingers. And that sounds like this. Now what makes this difficult is just getting the note under our fingers, and then going from B to F sharp to D sharp to B. It's kind of a weird way to put the fingers. So what I would recommend for practicing this is just going really slow. For example, going like this. Until you have it under your fingers. If you were having extreme difficulty with this, we could talk about it in like a one-on-one. But since this is a video for a WWTech class, I will not be doing that. But yes. The last section that we have that's a little bit difficult is range. So the highest note in this piece is a B, which is kind of high up there. Going low isn't really a problem. We don't go lower than an A in the around the middle of the staff. But the main thing will be hitting the high B, specifically in measure 20 on beat 4. So a problem that you may run into with playing high notes is 1, it doesn't speak, as in the note won't come out at all, or 2, it's really flat. And this is caused by faulty embouchure. If your embouchure is really strong and not tight but firm and right where it needs to be, and not changing and stuff, then it should come out great. This is what it would sound like in measure 20. So if we have a faulty embouchure, it would sound something like this. Really flat. You can tell the difference when I go from a faulty embouchure to a correct embouchure. Like that. Now you're asking yourself, what is the faulty embouchure? What am I doing wrong? Going back to when we looked over embouchure, we just have to be sure to have the oo formation with our mouth when we're on the mouthpiece. So when we're playing, bottom listed the bottom teeth. Teeth are on top. Just about half an inch of mouthpiece, like we discussed. And it really comes in with ooh and how your mouth is forming. If you do ooh, then it should come out great. Ooh. If you're being loose about it or not thinking about it, just kind of put your mouth on the mouthpiece, it's going to come out flat or it's not going to speak. So really make sure to have ooh embouchure. And yeah. All right, we went over dynamics, articulation, difficult fingerings, and range. I feel like the only thing that would, other than that would trip us up is maybe the poco retardando in measure 25, which translates to a little slower or slow down a little bit. And that'll be a conducting thing. If I'm conducting the piece, it would be in measure 24. Da 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 dee da da dum 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 bum into the downbeat of 26. But we could discuss that more in person. All right, I think that is everything. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. But this is a video recording, so I know you're not going to give me questions. And that's it for my video. Thank you.